Here we
Yeah.
are with another Cosmic Salon, and I have a very special guest I'm quite excited to get on. It is in the wake of, or I guess, the path towards his forthcoming book, and we'll get into that in a minute. But his name is Dr. Roberto Pinelli, MD. He is a neuroscientist, a musician, an author, a researcher. Roberto's work explores the connection between light, the body, and inner experience, bridging science and reflection. He adapts a unified view of the human being where biology and consciousness are deeply interconnected rather than separate realms. Along the path that weaves together music, medicine, and the study of sound vibrations, Pinelli identifies light as a vital form of information that moves through the body, enabling communication between the organism and its environment and shaping our perception of ourselves in the world. This perspective informs his focus on non-invasive medical approaches that respect the body's natural balance. Since 2013, he has continued his research at the Switzerland Eye Research Institute in Lugano, which he founded and directs, studying vision and the relationship between light, perception, and biological processes. And the book that had me so excited, Meredith had sent me this that was forthcoming through Inner Traditions, is Awakening the Pineal Gland, Cellular Rejuvenation Through Light and Sound. And we certainly love to talk about these ideas, light and sound, the pineal gland, gates of consciousness, where we are in this experience. And so, without further ado, Roberto Pinelli, welcome to the Cosmic Salon.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, really. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you.
you. And so everyone knows Roberto's in Roma right now, and I'm in Washington. So there's a great deal of space between us, but
Yeah.
hardly any distance between light.
Oh, no, we are very close, actually,
Yes.
because we are cutting the space-time in this moment.
Yes, we are. And those are things I want to get into. So, first of all, let's look at you and what brings you to this stage in your life. You have a very illustrious path. I read through a lot of your journal entries that you have on your website,
Yeah.
and what you're doing is cutting edge with non-invasive approaches to healing eyes and sight through light. What is all this? Get us into this because I think the old world is used to cutting off, going in invasively, and you've really reshaped this whole idea.
Oh, yeah. I think that my story is even a mystery to me. I tell you, I started in a very simple location, my life, and I was my family is very simple and very basic, and I was so curious since I was a child to know to live and to be happy to live. So I realized that I love music because it was easy for me to listen to music, to play piano, to study. So I started to study piano and conducting and composition, and then I did this job for 15 years. And so I was here in Europe and then in Tanglewood. I studied with Seiji Ozawa, Leonard Bernstein, and lovely people. And I did this, we say, career. When I was in the middle of this career, I realized that was not enough for me to have a success or concert after concert, but my desire was to share with people happiness, emotion, and to be together with all the people. So I studied medicine during the career of conductor because the sound was familiar to me, but I felt that I missed the something else, which means the human knowledge of the health, of the light, of the vibrational feeling I felt with the public. So I didn't know actually, it was subconscious. But I studied medicine. My instinct was to go in the ophthalmologist just to know how the eye is so receiving light and why. So, and I did that. I studied in the university and then the specialization, paying the studies with my concerts. And when I was an ophthalmologist, I realized that the light was the vibration I missed because I I don't know rationally. It was something that is a mystery for me. Actually, I am also the mystery to myself, a mystery to myself. And then I put together the two things and I became a neuroscientist. So I studied that. I opened an institute. I moved with my family in Switzerland. And actually, I didn't plan anything. I just started, and I started with refractive surgery and then the photobiomodulation for maculopathic, retinopathic people. And I felt that putting together the sound of infrasound I knew very well emotionally through music was very important to put this vibration close to the eye and together with the light. So I started to practice photobiomodulation and then with some, I think, visions or dreams or something very much mysterious. During the publication of Science, I realized that the two vibration together were able to put in science the third eye, the Horus eye, the Ra eye, and all my literature and all my knowledge of the past from Egyptians, from Sumerians, from all my passions, hidden passions, even when I was a conductor, were the key to go in the pineal gland planet. Because the pineal gland is the symbol that is continuously coming to us, but actually I tried to find the codes to stimulate this gland in order to have a inner self-consciousness, the way and for healing and to live in happiness without false and illusions or external goals, but come to permit to my patients to go inside and to discover and rediscover who we are and the sense of life, which is for me the sense of life is to live and not to plan so much in the future or external things. So this is my adventure. And after years of study and publication, I fixed some parameters to put light and infrasound to the people. And I saw not only ophthalmological results, but some other things were coming to me from my patients. So I realized that this third eye area, hypothalamus, thalamus, hypophysis, epiphysis, and pineal gland area, were missing something to translate in science what the mythology was talking us through symbols. And then I obtained some so astonishing results with the people that I realized that this was not my job, but the mission. So I wrote this book and with some dreams also, some visions, some not only studies, something that was to me an impression I knew before, maybe in other lives, in previous lives, a lot of messages, and now they are scientific results and codes, which is not the main things to demonstrate, but is the key for sharing with people the sense, the deep sense of our real personality and the way to live in this planet as a guest and guardians and not the owners. So I studied plants, botanic, and the animal, and and then I realized that all the results were coming from the patient, like love for each other, no me, no you, but us. Even in this moment, I feel me and you together and all the public with us, not duality, but all we are one. Yeah, this
This
is
is
yeah.
This is such a beautiful path to where you are now. And I especially love how music is really the beginning of understanding this vibration of love and connectedness and entanglement. Because for me too, it was music during every stage of my life. I realized music was part of the experience. And as you know, music is in the walk out into the forest, into the desert. There's music around us consistently. And it took me some time to realize that because in modern society, we're told music is an orchestration of these instruments. But once you tune into it, you realize the wind is singing, the wind's moving the sands, and the sands are making a sound, and the trees rustling, and the critters and the birds are chiming in, and all of a sudden it's this cacophony of something that sounds incredibly orchestrated, and yet it's completely natural because there's a vibration. There's a sort of cymatic going on, Dr. Pinelli.
Exactly. The vibration was the first, the beginning of the primum movens. Even in John, we read at the beginning there was the logos or the verbum, which is a translation of the vibration. And then all the world and the life came after. So the vibration is very, very much important for our life field. And we are in electromagnetic field when we live, when we are alive. So I think that my destiny was to go slowly through different experience and putting all in one in order to put in order the vibrations, uh, light vibration, electromagnetic wave is light modulating the infrasound, very low frequency, that it was so ancestrally important to make us very much close to the planet, especially in this period post, COVID, or a lot of things telling us that we have to change. We have to put our soul in the same place of our individuality and sharing who we are with other people. And the false value outside us, maybe we are planning career, we are planning to be famous, we are planning to have money, houses, things, etc. All those things external to us, in the moment we can join them, we can feel incomplete, because the most important goal is to be conscious that we are something very deeper inside, and we have to live in this planet with very simple law, which is live today, every day, and don't plan too much, because we have to enjoy the life day by day, like the plants do, like the animals do. We are not the owner of anything. We are guardians and we are guests of this planet. So we have to choose now how we want to survive in this planet. And I think that a lot of people with money or success or famous, they can feel incomplete and they don't know really after are they join the goal, they feel something strategically built in a sort of unhappiness because they are losing probably inside. So I think that all the patients and all the people and also the listener now, the public, I feel close to them because I think that it's very important this message. Everybody can be deeper themselves. If we are one, we are all brothers. There is no me, no you, no more famous or less. We are, it's not important. So I think that my mission was to see patients here and then write this book, which was actually based on science. It is, but the engine for writing this book was completely a mystery to me. Even now, when I think in 2 years I wrote this book as a storyteller to everybody, even the scientists, but to everybody, is something that we have the possibility to awake our pineal gland, which is the symbol that from Egyptian for ancient civilization, maybe even before Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu, who knows? But this symbol, this spine, is telling us that we have to awake this part through vibration, and then emotionally and spiritually we can stay in health. Absolutely.
I very much appreciate this message because I as well feel it that we are custodians. We are in stewardship with the world around us. And this includes all the higher things that we as humans have done. We're custodians to all the beautiful music that's come forth, to all the beautiful art, to the things that have lifted our spirit and shown that we have this capacity for beauty and this frequency that springs forth from us, and that there is no ownership of these things, that we birth them and give them. And this is, I think, such a prescient message in this time we're in right now with this, speaking of light, there's a lot of what feels like a darkness. We're in a womb at this moment and we're moving through a process. Let's start talking about modulation. Can you bring the people into a deeper sense of what modulation actually is?
Yes. Um, Consider the sunlight. So if you modulate the sunlight in a technology able to put through the two stargates we have, the eyes, inside us in a way that is comfortable, and the nanometers and the power of this electromagnetic message for the cells, our retinas, before to see the world, they need a food in energy through the modulating light. Modulating means like the plants. The plants have they have a chlorophyllian photosynthesis, so they have a pigment chlorophyll. We have in the retina xanthophylls, carotenoids, amber color. So my dream was to create a photosynthesis of the retinas of our eyes because we have some gift from the nature, which is some vegetables in the retina. So my question was why we have lutein, zeaxanthin, why we have gifts from plants, planet in our eyes. So we have photoreceptors, but before to watching outside, we need the food for going inside. So pineal gland has the photoreceptors, but the pineal gland is not outside, but it's inside our brain. So my question was why we have an organ full of photoreceptors, but technically is not exposed to the external part of our brain. So the other thing is the vibration. the pineal gland area as a vibroreceptors. Why? So my project was, okay, re-give to the people those vibrations and see what happened in the emotional part, in the change of quality of life, change of thoughts and consciousness. So what happened to me that, and is happening every day, people is coming with some eye problem, but this is a noble excuse to ask, hey doc, I am not comfortable with my life. I tell you about eyes, but I ask you without telling you, help me to be myself. And I have a lot of people coming here, actually successful people or problematic people, of people with the external success, confirmation of everything, famous or not famous, but they are asking me, but who I am, doc? So who are you? Why I come to you? I don't know really why I'm coming here. You are an ophthalmologist, but I think that you can help me in a different way. So I realized that the holistic medicine of millennia ago is the medicine of the future. And never forget that the medicine millennia and millennia ago was born like a sacerdotal art, not like a something after university or diploma. All those documents are coming in the last 2 centuries, 1.5 centuries after Illuminism, but in the far past and hopefully in the near future, we will come back to the healing process, which is mutual empathy relationship. And this is a discussion. After that, I realized I have to give you something technological. So I started to study quantistic physics, botanic, and electromagnetic physics. You know the values of the nanometers, of the hertz, and I found that very low power of electromagnetic field is coming through us in the meridians and is making an equilibrium of all the organs, put it in the organ is one. And then after these 10 minutes of electromagnetic light and sound to the people with a very simple technology, I add to them some supplement nutraceuticals, extract of plants with scientific publications for every organ. And I see that through the pineal gland, which is the conductor of this beautiful orchestra, which is body, mind, and also the spirit. Everything is a sort of equilibrium to avoid pathologies. And I see external and peripheral results, although I go through the eyes and the ears and all the body electromagnetic field in the bed, very much simple, and they are changing step by step. They are coming back in 2, 3 months. They see Dr. Pinelli, they say, I sleep well. I'm changing the values. I'm more happy to uh, every day to live. I'm not planning anymore something external. I love my parents. I love my neighbor. What is happening to me? And so now I'm doing that, and through events, not only with patients here, I'm planning events, and I wrote a book. And I think that also the reason why, and I'm lucky to be here, is to talk to the people that everybody, you can be yourself if you forget a little bit to plan too much external values, because when you have joined them, you can feel that you miss something. You miss yourself. You miss your ancestor soul. You miss to love this planet, and you will never know if you tomorrow will be alive, except that if you enjoy today and the people and the planet is very probable that you tomorrow you will be alive and happy, and every day by every day, like observe, maybe I have a cat. Observe the animal you have in the house or your plants. They don't plan. They live day by day, and they are happy to be close to you. They are happy when you touch the plant. They are happy to be alive. So in the future will be the only way to survive in this planet, because all the technological, economical, and external, even genial strategies, finally, when you join them, you miss something. You miss yourself. So now the medicine is, I'm planning, I'm publishing, I'm writing and practicing, is to make conscious the people that the most important values they have is inside them. In that moment, we feel brother. They tell me.